Welcome back to my vlog. Today I want to talk about the downsides of being a people pleaser and how I've had to really work on this trait that I have over the years. Let's start off by just talking about what it means to be a people pleaser. Someone who is a people pleaser tends to put other people's needs before their own. They'll often go out of their way to make other people happy, even if it hurts themselves. Someone who is a people pleaser may even change who they are or compromise their values just to fit in and get people to like them. And from personal experience, a people pleaser is someone who wants everyone to like them and has a hard time coping when someone does not like them. Let me explain further. At a young age, I became a people pleaser, and when I look back and reflect on why that is, I think it really goes back to my parents' business. My parents owned a grocery store, and their entire business was run on making sure their customers were happy and that they could keep having recurring customers. My parents were always bending over backwards to meet the demands of their customers, and I always heard my dad saying, "Yes, we can do that." I rarely heard my parents say no to customers. And it's not their fault, but I learned at a young age about the gratification of people liking you and how they responded to me and my family when we made them satisfied. So, the older I got, I honestly could not stand if people did not like me. I would lose sleep over it, and it caused me major anxiety. Of course, there were always people that didn't like me, and that's just a part of life. But because I was such a people pleaser, it really ate away at me and even affected my mental health and self-esteem. Here's an example of this. There was a girl in my class who flat out said, "I don't like you." And she may have even said, "I hate you." And it bugged me so much. I don't know why it bothered me so much, because I should have been content with the friend group and the relationships I already had. The crazy part is that it bothered me so much that we ended up being friends. I was literally not going to give up until she liked me. But looking back, she really wasn't a good influence on me and was a friendship that was pretty unhealthy. She was very demanding, and if I didn't meet her needs, she would throw a temper tantrum. Now, adding her to my friendships certainly did not benefit me in any way, but I just couldn't stand that she did not like me. I should have just accepted the fact that she didn't like me and moved on, but instead, I let my people-pleasing problem take over. Being a people pleaser can also be harmful to our mental health, because when we can't be ourselves around others, it can lead to feelings of resentment, anger, and low self-esteem. Now, I realize that as humans, we just want to be accepted and loved. That's a very normal human being thing to want. But as I've gotten older, I've realized that there's always going to be people that don't like me, and I'm not going to be everyone's cup of tea. It's impossible to please everyone, and we have to learn to be okay with that. It's also important to be ourselves and surround ourselves with people who care about us for who we are, not the facade we put on to make people think that we're something we're not. I'll link a video in the comments that talks about setting boundaries. I believe that learning how to set boundaries with people is especially important for those of us who are people pleasers. If we're not careful, people will walk all over us. So here's what I've done to help work on my people pleasing. I've first had to accept the fact that there's always going to be people who don't like me. In fact, it's proven about 10% of the people we meet are not going to like us. And we have to be at peace with that. I love getting nice feedback from people when I do speaking engagements, and I love hearing positive comments from those who enjoy my videos and are encouraged by my social media posts. But I've had to learn that my self-esteem and my worth are not tied to those things. The other thing I've done is have more positive self-talk when it comes to dealing with my feelings around people who don't like me. A couple years ago, I had a misunderstanding with someone. Normally, I would have lost sleep, I would have been anxious, and it would have affected me immensely in a negative way. But I was determined to handle this differently than I had in the past, and realized that I can't control what other people think of me, especially because I tried reaching out to this person to try to explain myself, to try to repair things, but they refused to meet with me. So there was really nothing I could do on my end. And I was so proud of myself because for the first time in my life, I was able to sleep at night. I just kept telling myself, I know who I am, I know I'm a good person, I know I did not say those things. I know that the things they think are true aren't, and I can't change that. I know at the end of the day that I'm a good person, and I do my best to treat everyone kindly and to be a light in this world. And if someone is not going to like me, that's on them, not on me. Now, if you're in this situation, if possible, I recommend having a conversation with this person, sharing your side of the story, and if possible, try to repair the relationship. But if they're not willing to do that, we shouldn't waste our time worrying about why they don't like us. That's their choice, and we should not lose our worth, value, sleep, peace, or joy over this. I also just have to say that it's so important to surround yourself with people that encourage you, love you, and see your worth and your value. Because in these situations, it's important to know that there are people that love you, and it's crucial to focus on those people and those relationships. Sometimes it's easy to believe the negative words that people say about us more than the positive words. And in the situation I was telling you about, I had to really rely on Doug and my closest friends to speak the truth to me and remind me that I am a good person and that it's not worth my time to worry about this or fret about what other people think about me. Again, surround yourself with people that love you and can help you through this time. Another thing that I've learned about people pleasing is learning the art of saying no. As people pleasers, this is really hard for us. We have a heart for people and we love helping others. But I've come to realize that as a recovering people pleaser, I can't do everything, and that it's healthy to say no. It's not healthy to say yes or do things with resentment or bitterness. Instead, it's better for our own well-being to learn to say no to things that we reasonably cannot take on. Again, it's okay to say no. I struggled with this for years, and for those watching, it's probably helpful to hear it again. Here's the other thing about people pleasing. It goes both ways. We all have people in our lives that we don't really like. Maybe they rub us the wrong way. It's just part of being human. You might not like someone, but you still can respect them and you still can be kind. In school, you spend all day together for several years, and inevitably, some people are just going to rub you the wrong way. But this doesn't justify being mean to them. Knowing that not everyone will like you is one thing, but I challenge you to be respectful to people even if you don't like them. School, again, is just one place that you're going to experience this. And the truth is that even as you get older, you'll still encounter people that you won't necessarily like. So again, it's important to be respectful. We all have different experiences, backgrounds, values, etc. And as I've heard it said many times before, you don't know what other people are going through and the battles that they are fighting. So please be kind. So when it comes to this topic, I just want all of you to know that I'm always a work in progress, and I haven't completely overcome my people pleasing. As I was getting ready to record this video, I actually had this come back up in my life, and I had to come back to this video for my own advice. So please know that this is not something that you will overcome overnight. It's a lifelong journey of recovery and knowing that we can't please everyone. I share this video because I know there are people out there watching this who are people pleasers. I hope this gives you some tools, and if you really struggle with this, I encourage you to see a counselor and read the Boundaries book by John Townsend and Henry Cloud and other books about overcoming people pleasing, because it is such a thing that starts out feeling really good, but at the end of the day, it steals so much from our lives. In a few weeks, I'm going to be publishing a video all about how to have healthy confrontation with someone. So I hope that this topic is useful to you. So make sure you subscribe and follow me so that you don't miss a video. See you next time.